Uh, Good morning, everyone. I, Parag Raul, on behalf of Anjuman Islam's Kalsikar Technical Campus, welcome each one of you for today's webinar on angel investment or VS funding opportunities. Before we are very happy to have for today's session Professor Dr. C.R. Rene Robin as an expert for today's session. We welcome you, sir. We also wish to welcome Dr. Mujib Tamboli, IQSC Coordinator, Dr. Firoz Khan, Convener IIC, Deans and HODs of respective schools and department. Before we move on to today's session, as a part of tradition of AIKTC, let us begin the session by listening to verses from Holy Quran, recited by Firoz Khan, sir. Over to you, sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
Thank you,
Done,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Firoz Khan, sir, to introduce to our today's expert for webinar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Parag sir, for giving this opportunity. This is my honor and privilege to introduce today's speaker. Dr. C.R. Rene Robin received his Master and PhD degree from College of Engineering, Gondi, Anna University, India in 2006 and 2011 respectively. He is currently working as Professor and Dean Innovation at Sairam Group of Institution, Chennai. He has more than 20 years of teaching, research and administrative experience, such as Head of the Department, Joint Director for Approval, Affiliation and Accreditation, Associate Dean, Project Head, Skill Development Project under DDU GKY, Government of India, TNSRLM, Government of Tamil Nadu, and Nodal Officer, National Skill Qualification Framework as a scheme of UGC. His areas of interest include ontological engineering, knowledge management, e-learning, semantic web, etc. He is recognized supervisor of Anna University to guide PhD research scholar in the area of computer science and engineering. 11 students have successfully completed their PhD program and currently 7 research scholars are doing their research under him. He is doctoral committee member of Anna University, Satyamba University, Wales University, and VIT University, Chennai. He is a lifetime member of ISTE and member of several professional bodies like IEEE, ACM, etc. He wrote 2 books and 1 book chapter. He has more than 75 publications in national and international journals and conferences. He received Mentor Award from IBM for the Great Mind Challenge in 2011. He got the Young IT Professional Award in 2012 by Computer Society of India at the regional level. He received award for teaching excellence at Indo Global Education Summit in 2013. In recognition of his community development service, YMCA Madras honored him with Lifetime Service Award in the year 2018. Currently, he is serving as a Goodwill Ambassador for the Plastic Free Tamil Nadu project as an initiative of Government of Tamil Nadu and the co-coordinator for the Chennai district to create awareness to avoid plastics. During the lockdown period from March 2020, he has trained more than 3,000 teachers on digital tools for effective teaching and learning process and served as resource person for more than 50 webinars on various topics. It is our privilege to have you, sir, for today's session. Now I request Dr. Robin, sir, to start with this session.
Hey, good morning to all. Kindly check my audio, video, and my screen share.
Yes, sir. All are fine.
Okay. So I thank the Alsager Technical Campus, Maharashtra, Mumbai, for giving me an opportunity to share my knowledge on angel investment and VC funding opportunity for early stage entrepreneurship. I thank Farouz Khan for contacting me through LinkedIn. And being a Dean Innovation, it's my sole responsibility of evangelizing innovation, startups, entrepreneurship, and related topics. As so far, I have given around 80 talks on various for various institutions on different titles like digital technology, intellectual property rights, innovations, startups, entrepreneurship, and so on. So I thank the convener, Dr. Farouz Khan, coordinator, director, and other dignitaries for this wonderful opportunity. So I'm the one of the innovation ambassador trained by Minister of Education to evangelize the innovation activities among the faculty members and students of India. As I mentioned earlier, I think this is my 60th talk. So I'm very happy to be with you or associated with you. I still remember my visit to Mumbai the year 2018. We have visited several places, the family. We really enjoyed the culture and the fast life culture of Mumbai. Even at 12 o'clock, all the roads are very busy. We have experienced it. We have held up in traffic even at 12 o'clock. I can't forget those days and those moments. We have said that we have had very good shopping time also. Yes, thank you. And I just feel, though I'm sitting in Chennai, I just feeling that I'm in Mumbai. Okay, if possible, we will meet at campus one day.
Yes, you
So
are most welcome. Whenever you are in Mumbai, please do visit our campus.
definitely, I've gone through your websites and I was quite impressive. All the works you are doing, and moreover, projecting all the things into
Host
websites. It's a good culture. We
IIC
need
Tech
to
Talk
showcase
Expert.
all our stuff to the public through our websites and your. Thanks for keeping our website updated. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
Let me start with small statistics. It's not small statistics, proud statistics about India with respect to innovation, startups, and entrepreneurship. So, gone are the days we are not talking about innovation, entrepreneurship, and startups. Recent days, for the past 5 years, we started talking about entrepreneurship, innovation, and so on. And the proud moment for this year for all of us is India is the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. Yesterday, I have been in Madras Institute of Technology for a talk as a panelist, and we had a couple of people from industry, from academia, and from social entrepreneurship. We had a positive interaction and dialogues with all the people. Have representatives from United States and other parts of the country, and even the one of the suggestions, one of the resolution in that particular connect to investors meet was India is a very good place for all the people, and the whole world is targeting India, focusing India for investing, and due to several reasons. One is the government policies, then the fast internet connectivity, and the logistic facilities we have in our country. So gone are the days, these are all the drawbacks, and slowly we are overcoming all those shortcomings, and we are moving towards in a very good way. And the latest survey says that India is the third largest startup ecosystem in the world, next to United States of America and China. Uh, we have pulled several people down, and we have jumped and reached this third level in a very short span of time. We thank the initiatives of all the central government and all the state governments, and the statutory bodies like AICTE, UGC, Ministry of Education, and all other affiliated universities are very keen on promoting innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship in campus. We were concentrating on education ecosystem. We were focused on the pass percentage, the placements, the university ranks, and so on. But you could see the recent uh, update in the statistics bodies like NAC, NBA, when they come, when when we fill up all the data, they started focusing on how many entrepreneurs you have produced, how many startup have been emerged from your institutions, what is the level of the startups, what is the turnover, whether do you have any technical incubation foundation or business incubator inside the campus, are you supporting any outside people, how much amount do you have spent for seed funding. So these are all the latest updates with respect to, and institutions are getting ready. I thank Institutions Innovation Council (IIC) for giving proper direction for the institutions to frame, and you are all aware of NIST, National Innovation and Startup Policy. Government has drawn its own policy, and institutions can keep this as a benchmark, and we can keep our own policies for the betterment of our institutions, and it's all coming inside a portal, well developed portal, and the government of India, especially Ministry of Education, is keenly watching all the updates of the institutions, and recognitions are giving in the form of ARIA and other, in the meantime providing all the facilities supports through 52.0. So it's all various. These are all various activities and initiatives by Government of India, and what education institutions, the teachers like you and me, have to learn all those things, because even I am evangelizing. I am telling all the teachers that the days are gone where we were more focused on education ecosystem, conventional education ecosystem. And the time has come to migrate from the traditional educational ecosystem to innovation ecosystem. Being an Dean Innovation is my sole responsibility. At the end of the presentation, I will showcase the case study, what Sairam institutions have done with respect to it. Is not only for Sairam institutions, we are ready to provide this kind of support, create this kind of innovation ecosystem to other campuses for the holistic development of our students. And these statistics are giving the positive signals to all of us, and it's an encouraging note that India is moving in the right direction. And whatever the initiatives we are taking inside the campus, even an awareness program will create awareness. We do not know even 10% of students, 10% of the participants, if they listen and started practicing, that would be the great boom in our for our country and the development of our nation. And we have strong business culture. Our four others very strong and business. We have did a lot of businesses even before during the British period and before the British period. Our history is saying that Indians are very strong in business. Um, so it is not. It is not. Don't think that it is not a hard to be achieved, because it is already in our blood. Doing business is already in our blood, so we can achieve. That's what we are competing with the other developed nation. Though we are in developing situation state, we are competing with other developed nation because of our culture, because of our culture. So when I say education institutions, I used to say that even 5th century we had well established universities. One of that universities is Nalanda University. When Yuan Suwang from China visited India, he said, he returned in his history, in his biography, that in Nalanda University there were around 3,000 students and 541 faculty members, professors who are working in Nalanda University. So it was quite surprising that it's all new, it's already in existence. We are not We are not inventing, we need not invent anything, we not innovate anything. We can discover, if you discover, that is enough. But already we have everything, all the processes, all the systems. We have established the systems, and our culture is our culture and heritage. We have vast culture and heritage, and if we give due respect to this, we will win. Definitely, we will win. Recently, I have visited the World Expo at Dubai, World Expo 2020 at Dubai. A group of faculty members from Sairam institution have visited. Now, the one thing I have understood, learned from my 1 week stay at Dubai, uh, visited all the pavilions around, and I 192 pavilions, the countries, 192 countries have showcased their innovations, sports cultures, etc. in the pavilions. At the end, this is what my conclusion. It is in one sentence. It is nothing but whoever, it may be nation or it may be education institutions, giving equal importance to a culture, entertainment, and technology, they will win. Nation giving importance for their culture, entertainment, and technology will win. Institutions giving importance for their culture, entertainment, and technology, they will win. This is what the greatest lesson I have learned from my visit at Dubai Expo 2020. So these are all the strong statistics. 28,000 startups are recognized by the Department of Promotion of Internal Trade and Industry. And when I say unicorn, India is a home to 32 unicorns. Unicorn is nothing but, say, for example, Uber, the Somata. These are all, they have started, and within a year they started earning $100+ billion. And so it is proven that the scope for startup is high in India. The reason is, the very big reason is, India is a very good marketplace. The British people have started capturing India because they have identified that India is a very good place for marketing their things. So India is huge potential. India has huge potential, and we have a lot of demand for products. So automatically the startups will succeed if they identify the target customer, and if they satisfy the customer's need. So these two things are very important. So far we have given 32 unicorns have emerged from India. The current median age for founder entrepreneurs lies at only 31 years. Can't imagine. The big people, the business people, uh, the aged people are uh, are saying that they are, it is happening in so many families. The aged people, they won't leave the youngsters to do their business. They always wanted their youngsters to be under their control. Even the youngsters are coming up with some kind of proposals, modernization. The older people will not allow them to uh, take over. But this statistic is very clearly saying that people in 31 years, average 31 years, people have started and become founder, become entrepreneurs. And it shows us, even the young generation, they wanted to prove themselves nowadays. This is the right time for youngsters to do business, to become entrepreneur in India. And 29 states and union territories now have a state startup policy. Every state and union territory, they have their own startup policies, and they are competing with each other. We have in Tamil Nadu, we have Tamil Nadu Startup Mission, Innovation Startup and Innovation Mission, stands in working under the MSME, Ministry of the Corporate and Industry, doing tremendous work. Tremendous work. Tansin is doing, giving seed fund in the name of Tan Seed, conducting awareness program created because to fulfill the vision of our Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin. And 36 regulations have been simplified for the startup ecosystem in India. And the boom in women entrepreneurship is apparent in the growth story of women-led startups. And a lot of subsidies are there for women entrepreneurship. On an average, 12 jobs created per startup, totaling up to 350,000 jobs been created from the startups. And the leading sectors that pervade the Indian startup landscape are fintech, enterprises, health tech, e-commerce, logistics, and the list is going on. So this is small statistics before we start the real session. I just want to throw some light on the positive vibes we have in India for this. And another statistics say that India is the largest unicorn ecosystem. A number of unicorns when compared already said we are competing with the United States of America and China. Number of unicorn is 51 in India, but whereas 32 in UK and Germany it is 18. See the next countries UK and Germany. We have pushed them and we have grabbed the third place in the rank list. And average years to unicorn is 7 years, 6 years, and 7.3 years for India. So the statistics very clearly says that we are traveling in the right path. So let us come to the today's. I have devoted some slides for the basic understanding about the the terminologies with respect to innovation. It is highly required for angel investing before knowing about angel investing, capital um, venturing, and venture capital. Then accelerators. So accelerators are very, very important. How accelerators helping us to go in car. Okay, it is increasing. It used to increase the speed. So we cannot go every time. We cannot go in a same speed. We got whenever we shift the gear, accordingly we have to raise the accelerator. Accelerators are really driving us and giving some kind of thrills. If accelerators are not there, there is no thrilling in driving also. Am I right? So the startup accelerators design program in batches and transform promising business ideas into reality under the guidance of mentors and several others available resources. So accelerators are accelerating programs are providing mentors and other resources to convert the ideas into a product. Okay. The next is angel fund. An angel investors. Who will give angel fund? An angel investor. Okay, we are all very much aware of our religion is giving a lot of evidence that how angels are working in the world. Angels will come and assist us according to our religious belief without expecting anything. Okay, in the days of our trouble, God will send the angels to help us. Am I right? This is what we have studied in our holy books. And similarly, these angel investors, they are very wealthy individuals, like people like the family Ambani family, Tata family. So similar kind of people, they will come forward, healthy individuals who invest his or her personal capital and shares experience, contacts, and mentors. The angels are usually accredited investors. They will invest without expecting anything. Because they are already very wealthy people, and they will act as an angel, and the fund given by angel will be called as angel fund. They will be called as angel investors. Okay? And co-creation is nothing but see collaboration is highly required for innovation. The basic definition for human is a social animal, and it is we are independent with each other. Even though if you say that I am not depending on anyone, so from morning to till now, we were depending on so many people from home. See, the food we have taken was not prepared by us, prepared by your mother or your wife or somebody at home. Exceptionally, some bachelors you would have prepared your food on your own. It's an exceptional case. And okay, once schools are ready, and then we need to travel from our home to college, and so we need logistic facilities. Okay. Somebody would have helped you to carry, drive the bus or drive the car. And if you say that I am the driver of my car, and somebody would have poured petrol or diesel for your car, now you cannot say that I'm totally an independent person. Okay. So collaboration, we need to identify what is collaboration from our own human nature. So co-creation is the act of creating together. Okay, so here what you are doing is ideas. You are creating something. with this collaboration. And applied in business, it can be used as an economy strategy to develop new business model, products and services with customers, clients, trading partners, or other parts of the some enterprise and venture. So the Mr. Elon Musk used to say that the collaboration, and he said, I believe on meeting. And whenever I meet and learn something, so learning from others, the collaboration. So business, no business successful people cannot say that I have come up this level on my own. Several people would have contributed, so knowingly or unknowingly. So co-creation is nothing, creating collaboratively. We are creating ideas to serve the customers, client, and our trading partners. And what do you mean by equity? Equity is nothing but the amount sharing, sharing the money, sharing the benefit. And equity shares, commonly referred to as ordinary share, also represents the form of fractional or part ownership in which a stakeholder as a fractional owner undertakes the maximum entrepreneurial risk associated with a business venture. The holders of such shares are members of company and have voting rights. Excuse me. Then the next definition with respect to entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial culture, a cultural society that enhances the exhibition of the attributes, values, beliefs, and behaviors that are related to entrepreneurs. We need to bring the entrepreneurial culture inside the campus. So, gone all the days, we are not talking about entrepreneurship, but every institutions, as per the direction of AICTE, now we have entrepreneur cell, and entrepreneurial culture has started emerged in education institution. It's nothing but talking about business. It's talking about the the other related intellectual property, right? How to run a business, from where I can search my get my seed fund, from where I go for my course space. So these are all the talking about this and giving awareness about these areas are it's slowly bringing this entrepreneurial culture inside the campus. Entrepreneur is nothing but an individual who has an entrepreneurial mindset and wants to make his or her individual successful. And gone are the days, there was a common word for startups and entrepreneurship. The common word is business unit. Now we split it into two, startup and business. The difference between startup, so initial stage when you have an idea and you may have idea, but you don't have any workspace. You may not have the fund for the investment. So and you will struggle for a few years. So 1 to 3 years or 5 years, max 5 years, we can say your business unit as a startup, and you need a support of so many people. So that period will be called a startup. Once your startup become enterprise, and you will become an entrepreneur. Then you will start generating. Once you start generating your fund, your turnover will increase, and you will recruit people, and you will become a job provider, and you will go for so many people come for venturing with you, and you will scale up your business. So then it will become an entrepreneur. So entrepreneurship education seeks to provide students with the knowledge, skill educations, and motivation to encourage entrepreneurial success in a variety of settings. Okay, we need entrepreneurs, we need business people, we need people to develop our own demand. We have lot of demand. We have 140 crores people in India, and India is a very good marketplace, and we have to satisfy. So recently, I have gone to one of the shopping place in Chennai, Paris, and in my list, one of the things to be purchased is floor mat. So floor mat, I was surprised to see the different floor mats. It's so attractive. First, the the the, the series size model. So automatically, my eyes goes there, and uh, I saw that that product is not made in India; it is made in China. So one thing I understood is the we are importing even a floor mat from China, and we are so attractive. And I have seen some innovation over there. What's difference between our own traditional format and the imported format? So what I want to tell you is why we are not innovating, do some innovation over format. Similar thing happened in Tambulam Thatta, in Tamil we'll call Tambulam Thatta for marriages. When we exchange the gifts from uh, from bride and bridegroom families, so we will exchange in a plates, no, in a plates. Recently, when I was purchasing this Tambulam Thatta, I have seen the China product. The products was made up of rose gold, and automatically I bought that product. I understood one thing, that the this research, we are not doing any research. What the Tambulam Thatta is available in our store is our traditional Tambulam Thatta. We have been using for several years, and we have not done any innovation in that particular plate. We have not done any innovation, but innovation and R&D is happened at China. They have understand the market and mentality, psychology of our people, how to satisfy the Indian people. Accordingly, they have introduced some innovation on the particular plates, and they have imported the products. The cost is around 550 rupees one piece, whereas our product is 250 rupees. But cost is not a matter for me when we buy something for marriage and a spacious space. This is how they have identified the market potential. So we need to bring this kind of culture among the students. We have educated our students that these are all the areas. So as a dean innovation, I say that you need not discover anything, you need not invent anything. Innovate something. Even you can make some innovation over the pen which I am using. Can possibility of introducing some innovation over there. Okay, even the mobile phone which I am using, you can make some innovation over here. So this is a call for all the students, all the participants. And Fab Lab and Hackathon are booming now. The fabrication lab, Government of India, and the AICT and other service bodies are encouraging us to go for fabrication lab. And hackathon is Smart India Hackathon. The final round today started. The bringing this kind of competition. I tell you, when we discuss about competition based learning model, which we have introduced in Sairam institutions. Okay, is purely based on the hackathons of the Government of India. Idea Lab, hope you are all aware of Idea Labs. No, the intention of introducing the Idea Lab by AICT is to create 1 lakh technology-based student startups. Underline it, 1 lakh technology-based student startups, and a million employment opportunity within next 10 years. This is what AICT have given call for to establish. It is 1 crore 10 lakhs fund, 50 percentage in the initial phase one. 50 percentage of the fund was given by AICTE. The second phase, 25 percentage, and third phase, maybe the call for will come. We do not know how many percentage the AICTE will give. The remaining fund must be given by the institutions. The reason 1 lakh technology-based student startups and a million employment opportunity within next 10 years. How it is possible? How it is possible? It's a question mark. So we have designed and developed an ecosystem. I will share at the end of my presentation. So that will definitely help education institutions to bring startups. So see, this 1 lakh technology-based student startups, and unless we have a strong basement, it is not at all possible. So this is all about the Idea Lab establishment. There are several programs to encourage uh, college students, nearby college students, school students. We need to conduct as part of the Idea Lab. Suppose you have not tried this Idea Lab, you can try. If you have Idea Lab, I wish you all the very best. We, Sairam Institution Engineering College, we got the Idea Lab in the second phase. Phase two, we have applied in phase one, but was sanctioned in the phase two. And incubation and IPR is nothing but incubation is a unique and highly flexible combination of business development process. Incubation, even birds you could have seen during the incubation period, they're very ferocious. They will not allow others to touch. Okay, so that kind of seriousness, the incubation centers, incubators need to have when they incubate a technology. They have to safely incubate it, and they will convert it. It has to be converted into business, and or else it can be go for technology transfer. So all these things, what is required is intellectual property rights. Okay. Today, somebody should not come and claim that it is my idea. So for that, we need, whenever you got an idea, the first step is you to protect your ideas through intellectual property right. You are all aware of patent, copyright, the trademark, the geographical indications, so many things with respect to intellectual property right. So I have a YouTube channel. I will share my YouTube channel where you could see a lot of talks on intellectual property right, and on the other related topics, innovation related topics. Pre-incubation and prototypes. So before incubation, and the ideas will be in the pre-incubation phase. It typically represents the process which works with the entrepreneurs who are in the very early stage of setting up of a company. And prototype is nothing but, see, we cannot prove the outside people without prototype. It is not actual development. It's a sample, early sample or model or release of a product built to test a concept or a process. The prototypes are very important. Once you get an idea, you have to travel towards developing prototype. Prototype uh, will give confidence to the individual as well as the investors. Seed fund startups and faculty student startups. The seed funds are already, I told you, know, the some kind of amount investment we need at the initial stage. And the startup is nothing but, I already told, the startups. The early stage of business unit will be called a startup, and the faculty student startup. So, see, we are all comfortable on teaching and doing research, but we are not thought of doing business from our ideas. Okay, so there is a well-known concept is in developed countries is converting knowledge into wealth. So we have knowledge. I know we know knowledge, we have ideas, but where we are lacking is converting it into wealth. We are failing. Okay, we know the definition for innovation, but now slowly we have started thinking about innovation, and we are promoting innovation inside the campus. But I want to tell you the real meaning of innovation. Innovation is equal to a simple equation will give fullest clarity. Innovation is equal to invention multiplied by commercialization. Okay, if you have a piece of paper, pen and paper, you can write down it. Innovation is equal to invention multiplied by commercialization. What is invention? Your idea. If you have idea and you are not making money out of it, don't claim that it is an innovation. And you are making money out of something. So buying crackers from China and selling here, it is not innovation. Buying product from outside and selling it is not innovation. When you climb, and your when you make money with your ideas, new ideas, then it is called innovation. We need innovation. My dear participants, there's a call to everyone. You know the difference between discovery, invention, and innovation. Discovery is something, identifying something which is already in existence. Columbus discovered America with all kind of hardships, and we are all remembering one Columbus, and how many Columbus would have died during this journey of identifying uh, America. Similarly, Vasco da Gama discovered India. We are all remembering and celebrating Vasco da Gama, but we do not know how many Vasco da Gama would have died during the travel in search of India. And I know sea traveling is very difficult. I had an experience of traveling from Port Blair to Havelock in Andaman in the year 2019. Yeah, so it's around 1 or 2.5 hours travel, and onward journey was very smoothful, and return journey evening was very tough because we have to travel opposite to the waves, and almost all the passengers traveled in the ship painted, and all the crews are very well prepared to take care of them because for them it is their daily duty. But I was thinking about the sacrifice people have made, Columbus and Vasco da Gama and other people have made in finding these countries. Totally uncertainty. They do not know about the climate. They do not know about the requirement of fuel, and they do not know about how much amount of food required for them. So it is very, very, very tough to discover something. And invention is nothing but Thomas Alva Edison invented the electric bulb. How much he has sacrificed his food, his family, his days, his nights, his life. Finally, he discovered electric bulb. Okay, that invention is also very, very difficult, very, very hard. But innovation is nothing but the best example I can give you is, are we using the same bulb invented by Thomas Alva Edison? No, we are using innovative. The LCD bulb is an innovation. We have made some innovation over here and used. So today, Kalfar is to become an innovator. So whenever I interact with my students in the college and wherever it is, I call them as innovators. You call your teachers, those who are in the meeting. Don't see your students as mere students. See them as an innovators. They have a lot of potential. And technology business incubator and technology commercialization. So TBA is an entity which helps technology-based incubator startup business. So it is my recommendation in during my talks in various conclaves and conferences. Every institutions must have technology business incubator to incubate students and faculty technology. So it is need of the hour. Every institution, if you don't have any technology business incubator, this is the right time to establish your technology business incubator, and through which you can attract various schemes of government of India to fetch funding, and you can promote innovation in the campus, not only for your own students, you can support the startup enablers, those who are searching from outside. Technology commercialization is the process of trans technologies for commercialization, the research lab to the marketplace. Okay, so we have the research lab. We are doing everything at the research lab, and we'll close the research lab and go. But what is really expected from the education institution is how to take these things from the research lab to the marketplace. That is nothing but technology commercialization. And technology licensing and the venture capital technology licensing agreement, where when we transfer the technologies from others, so we have to go in a proper way and legal with the legal advisors. So licensing, we will speak a lot, will resolve several conflicts in the future. And venture capital is the well-known form of startup funding. So here the venture capitalist people, those who are investing, they are slightly differ from angel investors. They slightly differ. Angel investors are wealthy people, philanthropists. They will donate, kind of donating and supporting without expecting anything from the people. But venture capitalists are the Paka business people, typically reserve additional capital for follow-up investment. Another huge value that venture capitalists provide is access to their network for employees or clients for products or services of the startup. So the difference between angel investors and the venture capitalist, the simple thing, angel investors will invest from their pocket without expecting anything, but venture capitalists always expecting, they will invest, but with the condition that they will get some kind of equity and share from the turnover in the future. Okay, so in order to attract the angel investors, in order to attract the angel investors and capital ventures, capital venture capitalist, what is required is pitching. So pitching is nothing but how our students are presenting their project or during the project review. It's a similar kind of show, but here the focus is to attract the venture capitalist or angel investors. So pitching is nothing but presenting a business idea. Pitching in business refers to presenting business idea to another party, so maybe an angel investors or venture capitalist. Pitch your startup business to potential investors or your products to potential customers. So this is what pitching. Okay, and pitch deck is nothing but preparing the presentation. They may not give you long time to business to for your presentation. They may listen you for 2 minutes or 3 minutes or maximum 5 minutes. But within 5 minutes, you are supposed to tell about your product, and the market demand for the product and the customer's detail, and you have to grab their attention, and not only attention, money also from the angel investors and venture capitalists. Okay, so the different types of pitching are there. That's sales pitch, pitch desk, interrogative pitches are there, and the sales pitch techniques. You need to have a make a cold call. What is the difference between cold call and hot call? Okay, sometimes when you get call from somebody, it will annoy us and it will irritate us. So that call is nothing but uh, it is not cold call. And see, you can send mail or tell a story or grab their attention, leave a voicemail, start with question, follow up after a previous conversation. Okay, here I have a case study how the people are interacting. Then example for the cold call. Okay, salesperson is calling to Samuel. Hello Samuel, my name is Charles from Persons Marketing. How are you today? And he is replying, good. What can I do for you, Charles? Salesperson replying, I noticed a few ads promoting the new product line, and I feel that you could really improve that business with a few small tweaks. He's replying, what does your company do? He's curious about, because he already told him no, that effectiveness with a few small, see, underline this word, few small tweaks. Salesperson is saying, we collaborate with the e-commerce companies like yours to develop and manage their ad campaigns. In fact, within the first month, we increase the sales. See how he is attracting. We increase the sale of our client Green World by 30%. Now the man is thinking, oh, 30% within a in a month. That itself the first month. Then he's not the salesperson is not giving enough time to him to think. Do you have 10 to 15 minutes next week where we could schedule a brief call? I'd love to learn more about your marketing needs and share some of the strategies that have proven effective for us. Strategists are playing vital role. Strategists are everywhere nowadays. Even strategists are playing vital role in our politics. The recent elections are very clearly it's proven that how the election strategists are influence the politicians and and playing vital role in Indian politics. Am I right? So strategists they are providing. So this is how the conversation is going definitely. So this is what cold call. So these are kind of sales pitch. Okay, even similarly, you can make your pitching in the workplace. Okay, you may be a faculty, you may be a professor, you may head up the department, and whenever you get a time to interact with your boss, your chairman or CEO, see if you have any idea which is helping the process. If you have any strategy, then you can. And or if you are working in a company, and if you're, I just want to tell you one incident happened in a toothpaste company. There was a discussion going on how to increase the sales of toothpaste, and all the managers, CEOs were in the company. In the meeting they were discussing, and at the end there were no conclusion, and it has been observed by one of the uh, office boy who is serving teas and snacks to the all the participants of the meeting, and he wanted to something. And here the pitching, I'm giving an example, and he boldly asked them permission to share his ideas, and they said, okay, you can share your idea. And he said to increase the diameter of the toothpaste tube. So now what will happen if we increase a bit the diameter of the tube? Every time morning and evening when we apply the paste, we will apply the same pressure without knowing that the diameter has got increased. Oh, so the amount of paste being ejected now it will increase. It will increase. Okay, so that they can say the normally if, assume that if you are using the toothpaste for 10 days, 15 days, and after this increase in the diameter uh, in the in the toothpaste mouth, it will exhaust within 10 days. So this how idea and pitching. So if you have any idea, you can represent to your boss. So that is nothing but pitching in the workplace. And pitching when networking, when you get an opportunity to network with the people in 30 or 60 seconds, Test pitch provides an overview of unique qualifications, skills, and accomplishments that you have valuable. And what is required for pitching is communication, research, problem solving, public speaking, creativity. If you don't have communication uh, skill, you cannot speak. And research is nothing but you need to research the things, otherwise you cannot boldly speak with them. And problem solving, critical thinking, and design thinking are part of our engineering, because nowadays we totally forgot about critical thinking and design thinking. We are supposed to incorporate in our curriculum. And when we talk about our case studies, Sairam ecosystem, I will tell about it. And public speaking is also important, and creativity is also important. And if the 2.0, you're aware of it, Government of India initiatives. Since you have idea and ideas, as I said, we need a lot of collaboration. From where you will go for collaboration? This is one of the ways given by Government of India through Ministry of Education. It's a portal. You can submit your ideas in the portal, and it will be reviewed by the EQUIT 2.0 committee, and they will approach you with funding or the mentorship. Okay, the institutions can have its own login credential. For your kind information, already it has been integrated with IIC, and all the data will automatically pulled from the respect as from Kabila AIKTC 2.0. And the institution, don't waste your time and go and submit your ideas. Lot of sector-wise submissions are there, and the state-wise submission also there. The previous statistics says that there were around 6,422 submissions from Tamil Nadu. Second place is Maharashtra with 2,749 submissions. And it is my assumption that in the future there will be a similar selection for institution wise. And your institutions, if you want your institutions on the top, you need to submit more number of ideas in the EQ 2.0. And these are all the forms. You have to tell which sector you are concentrating, and you are submitting as a student or faculty or staff. You need to tell, and you have to tell the technology readiness level. I have few slides for technology readiness level, and this is how it is going. Okay, what is technology readiness level? There are 9 technology readiness level. My dear participants, it is highly important for the innovation journey. Even the people, those who have completed PhD, if we ask them what is the technology readiness level, we do not know, because we were not concentrating on this. But in the innovation ecosystem, we need to know all these things. It starts from the basic research technology readiness level 1. Second level is applied level technology readiness level. And the third level is critical function or proof of concept established. And fourth level is lab testing, validation of alpha prototyping component. So keeping in mind that when you competing with any or participating in any of the competition, national and international based competition, the technology readiness level 4 is the minimum expectation, and you have to reach at least technology readiness level 4. And the fifth level is talking about library testing of integrated or semi-integrated system. Technology readiness level 6 is talking about prototype system verified. 7 is talking about integrated pilot system demonstrated. And technology readiness level 8 is system incorporated in commercial design. Final level is saying that your idea of a product is fully a full-fledged product ready for the commercialization. These are all the 9 commercial. I have separate videos on technology readiness level. I will share my YouTube channel with you. Even I will share it. I have dedicated around 80 talks I have in my YouTube channel. For your kind information, I'm sharing my YouTube channel, and you can in future you can just go through it. Time being, you can subscribe my channel so that whenever I come online, you will get the notification from. And the proof of concepts, business model canvas is an important concept. Whenever you present an idea, and you have to identify, you have to develop your own business model canvas. So what are the key factors? Are key partners need to be identified, key activities need to identify, resources required need to be identified, and value proportions need to be identified, customer relationship, channels and customer segments, revenue streams, cost streams. So these are all various parameters or processes with respect to business model development. And let me come to the Sairam innovation ecosystem, what we have developed as part of the innovation ecosystem. Okay, this model is developed I can call this model as a competition based learning model. Okay, yes, we were very strong on various learning model like project based learning model, activity based learning model. So this model is called competition based learning model. And this model I'm proposing, I have proposed, and for our institutions, and this is open to all. And if your institution is want this kind of innovation ecosystem, we are really allowed to collaborate with you and assist you. You can use this model as it is, or if you want to make some kind of changes according to your norms, you can also change it. As I mentioned earlier, four different competitions. Okay, this is for how an engineering student, 4 years engineering student, it covers 4 years engineering student. It is integrated with our curriculum. Okay, let me come from final year. Final year there is a product development, project development. Third year mini project. What we have introduced in second year is live in lab. First year immersion program. Okay, so normally engineering students will think about their project at the end of the third year or the beginning of the final year. Okay, that is the major mistake we are doing, because the moment they reach final year, they have already under a lot of pressures for getting a job, clearing arrears, and their exams to go for their higher studies. Okay, and it will become one of their activities. But what students will claim when they submit their final year projects, their claim is partial fulfillment of the degree. Can you justify that it's a really worth to say or write partial fulfillment of the degree? Where we are making mistake is we are not given enough time for them. Okay, engineering is all about learning around 50 subjects and 100 experiments, 150 experiments, and apply it at the end of the year as a project. But it's not totally happening. It is not totally happening. So, identified this gap, we have proposed this model, first year immersion program, helping the students to realize the need of the village, need of the industry, need of the society. Why not need of the kitchen, their own kitchen? They have to come up with idea, and we are teaching critical thinking from problem solving to how to problem solve. We are teaching them. Albert Einstein said, if I get 1 hour time to solve a problem, I will think 55 minutes, and remaining 5 minutes I will spend for finding the solution. Thinking is very important. We are not thinking much. We are directly jumping to the problem. The very best example is how our students are developing projects in the laboratory. The moment they get the project, they will not think about, they will not do any feasibility study. They immediately jump to type coding. But it's a best example. And and the second is live in lab. We second year the same students, the competition is purely based on, we have competition, four competition, Sairam SDG Ideathon in the first year, Sairam SDG Solvathon in the second year, Sairam SDG Innavathon in the third year, Sairam SDG Inspirathon. How the evaluation will happen for ideation is nothing but we are promoting United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and the focus is on Sustainable Development Goal. It's nothing but the reason is at the end of the 4 year they need to develop a sustainable product. Sustainable product. This is what our idea. So we are teaching the Sustainable Development Goals and encourage them to submit their ideas with respect to any one of the 17 goals of Sustainable Development Goals. And the evaluation is purely based on how big their idea and how it is supporting the Sustainable Development Goals. Okay. And with the same idea, they will come to second year where we have a unique program called Live in the Program. They live in the program, and where we are teaching them, there we are teaching design thinking. So after knowing the design thinking, and and they will do the feasibility study of the idea which they have submitted in the first year, do the feasibility study, and they it will get enhanced version of the idea in the second year. To develop something, we need to train them, technological training, boot camps will be conducted, accelerators program will be conducted. Along with, we'll teaching business model development, how to write the business model development. We are teaching them. It is part of their curriculum. At the end of the second year, the competition is purely based on, the Solvathon is purely based on how feasible the idea is. And so at the end of the second year, the idea will get its own shape, good shape, and they will come to third year with the same idea. where they have mini project. They will apply this idea into the mini project. They started doing their prototype in the third year, and since they have a prototype in their hand, they can confidently attend any competition in the outside world, showcase their outside world, and we are teaching them what is business pitching and accelerate technology readiness level. They need to know the level of their technology and how to pitch in front of angel investors and angel capitalists. Okay, an evaluation at the third year, at the end of the third year, will purely based on how innovative their idea. And the same student will come to final year with the same idea with a prototype. They can, without thinking about project, they can submit this idea prototype as their final year project. So student happily do other works without this project development will not cause a stress for the students. The competition is called Sairam SDG Inspirathon, inspiring how they are inspiring others. How a student can inspire through their paper publication, through their patent publication, through their setting up of startups. So this is what the whole innovation ecosystem is talking about. And immersion program, we are teaching them. Now, the major mistakes we are doing is all the problems we are encouraging students to formulate from a paper or from library. Okay, it is very clear that if you originate a problem from library, it will end up at library. If you originated from a problem from a paper, IEEE paper, American journal, it will end up at a IEEE paper or a journal paper. Rather, if you start a
सुनला
problem from your own society,
चालू झालं
industry,
का
village, or from kitchen,
बूस्टर
it will
चालू आहे
end
का
up at village, industry, and villages, so that we can meet the need of 140
चालू आहे
crores of
लाईट
Indians and sustainable development will happen for our. So, immersion program, we are knocking all the doors of government officials. I have met this photo I have taken with the Honorable Deputy Mayor of Chennai, Greater Chennai Corporation. Through him, we have contact from Smart City Department and Solid Waste Management Department. We have taken our students for the immersion program to realize what is actually happening there. And we have conducted serious programs on Sairam SDG Salvathon. I started from 2021 batch, and now they are the third year. They have successfully completed these two versions we have completed. Sairam SDG Ideathon 1.0 and 2.0. And this year, Dr. Sultan Khalifa Harun Al Rashid from the Regional Project Officer, Sustainable Development Goals, a student project for the Asia Pacific United Nations. He came here as a chief guest. And so this is what one of the um,
Okay, so
testimony given
let's take
by.
an example of IPL. Look at the companies that sponsored IPL in 2008, 9, and 10, and look what are the companies that are sponsoring now for the IPL. So, Cred, Dream 11, most of these are startups, right? So, the next 10 years, focus is going to be on startups. And for startups, the seed is sown right when you are in college. And in college, generally, it begins with an innovation event or ideathon that is happening there. So I really appreciate Sairam Group of Institutions for taking the effort to bring out the ideas in students, and especially it is not an easy feat to get around 600 ideas from students. So that itself calls for a big round of applause. And next, it is not only just to make the students present the idea. I also noticed that they are being told to take on the idea towards their second year, third year, fourth year, and then work it out as a project and then a viable model as well. So I think that also is definitely an appreciable thing from Sairam Group of Institutions. Thank you.
This is what the one of the testimony from the jury, and similarly we
Conducting the Salvathon, Sairam SDG Salvathon for second year students. And we have successfully completed the Salvathon Sairam SDG Salvathon 1.0 on 21st April. And now the students are in second year, moving to third year. We have signed MOU with IIT Madras Incubation Cell LEAP program to strengthen this innovation ecosystem. How we are maintaining, we have developed a Sairam Innovation Ecosystem portal to get all the students, and the details will be collected from the students, and all the information, the sector-wise, domain-wise information are available. And this ecosystem portal will helping us to monitor the student activities, how many students have submitted, how many students have not submitted, and if how to create their own project room and update all the details in the project room. This is how it is developed. Yeah, this was another picture taken during our visit IIT Madras Research Park. We are knocking all the doors for the support to strengthen our innovation ecosystem. We have visited the Andhra Pradesh MedTech Zone. One of our professors, Dr. Kamil Chelvis, I think is one of the incubators of AMITS. And we have innovation clinic, IP clinic, application clinic, and startup clinic to promote innovation activities. So, IP clinic is nothing but how patient approach the doctor for their their assistance. Similarly, the students will come up without any presentation, formal presentation, will come up and have discussion with us for their ideas to be converted. So these are all various IPR the top patterns we have submitted. We have and we have this much of startups in our campus. We are promoting students and faculty members. Around 50 startups from students and faculty members. And we have a Section 8 company, Sairam Techno Incubator Foundation, to incubate all those things. And another is Sairam Techno Culture. We are promoting the technology in agriculture. The companies with their logos. And Dr. Farooz Khan, at what time I can complete?
Oh,
So,
Yeah, hello sir. You can take 10 to 15 minutes.
okay. So I could say that 19 most active angel investors in India for startups. Okay. So this is a website I have identified for the angel investors. So they are all angel investors. The picture is clearly saying that how the angels with wings. Okay. So I just scroll down it. Uh, you could see the website also. So there are a lot of angel investors are available. So as I mentioned earlier, angel investors will invest from their own package without expecting anything. And Anupam Mittal, G.V. Mohandas Pai, Grish Matrabodam, Anand Chandrasekharan.
So names are not visible.
Okay, hope it is visible now.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Yeah, Mr. Rajan Anandan, Mr. Anupam Mittal, G.V. Mohandas Pai, Grish Matrabodam, Anand Chandrasekharan. So their biodata and their LinkedIn profile, all are there. Okay, so when you get time, I will also share it in the group also, in the chat box. Deendra Jain, Sandeep Tandon, Anand Lansaria, Sanjay Mehta, Gogul Rajarajan, Ratan Tata, Amit Somani, Vijay Shekhar Sharma, Sachin Bansal, Kunal Bal, Vinny Bansal, Kunal Shah, Navin Tiwari, Ishan Khair. So they are all the renowned angel investors, and there are several investors are available in India. So you can the government initiative with respect to incubators. Suppose you have idea and you want to incubate, you may not have some incubation facility at your campus or nearby. Ministry of Education has given the list of incubators. This where you can find the list of incubators. I will share the link in the chat also. Could you able to see the Minister of Education IIC's portal?
Yes, sir.
You see where you can find from this portal you can find various incubators available in India. So you can approach. Their websites are also there. Kindayalam Petroleum University, Gandhinagar, Pandit Deendayal Petroleum University. So in Hyderabad, we have Methodist College of Engineering and Technology. Indore, we have Acropolis Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research. In Tamil Nadu, we have Muhammad Sadaq AHA College of Engineering, Meenakshi Institute of Technology, and Karnataka, we have Adi Degree College of Pharmacy. So these are all the colleges, and list is we have a very vast list. So you can approach these people and can be associated with them for
हां 2 मिनिटांनी
the
आलो.
other
काय आलं?
help.
आलो आलो.
Okay. So at the end of, I just want to tell me, because wherever I go, I insisted this. In our traditional education ecosystem, the last phase of the end of the final year, students may submit a project, but the criteria must be changed. Setting up of a startup must be a criteria for the partial fulfillment of any degree in India. This is my recommendation. It's a debatable topic. And I also say that education, here I have mentioned India, but every education institution need an ecosystem, innovation ecosystem to attract potential engineers. Okay? So that we can attract people and we can help stay and study in India of projects. We can then attract so many foreign students to our India. So that will support our Indian economy. Actually. So as I mentioned, I have a channel with various topics. And with respect to ideas, I want to tell you, bright ideas need to be encouraged at the campus, and we have to support the bright ideas of students. So I can give some example. Uber, the world's largest taxi company, owns no vehicle. Facebook, the world's most popular owner media, creates no content. Alibaba, the most valuable retailer, has no inventory. Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider, owns no real estate. These are emerged from the idea, bright idea. They got the platform, mentors, nurture. It has been nurtured in a proper way, and they become unicorn. So similarly, there were a lot of people, students with bright ideas in our campus. It's a responsibility of the education institutions to identify those people. Finally, I want to conclude by saying the mantra of Smart India Hackathon: innovation lead to new creations lead to bigger actions lead to progress of nation. Okay? So, any questions, any doubt, we can ask. I thank the organizers, especially Dr. Firuzgan, for giving this wonderful opportunity to share my knowledge with respect to angel investors, venture capitalist for the early stage of entrepreneurship. I wish you great success in the entrepreneurship journey. Encourage everyone, don't be a job seeker. I wish you to be a job provider. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session. If anyone has any question, they can just unmute and ask. Otherwise, you can just write it in the chat box as well.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
So, how much equity or percent profit angel investor ask for?
Angel investors, as I mentioned earlier, they will not ask any equity. They are like investors, they will spend money from their project. Capital ventures, when they come, they will start from 2%, 3%, it goes up to 10%.
Angel investor will not ask any equity.
Normally, that's what the definition is clearly to says that they will come to help us, but if they're asking, they will come under the capital uh, venture capitalist.
Okay.
Okay. If there is no further questions, I'm moving ahead.
Yes, sir, there is one question in the chat box.
Yeah. Okay. Just let me read.
From the Ali Sagar, my question is: should we stick to master a particular thing which will help us grow, or make our own startup?
Should we stick? and master a particular thing which will help us grow, make our own ideas. So, what is required for a startup is your ideas. Sometimes, if you have a family business and running the same family business, we cannot claim it as a startup or something like that. Yeah, on top of your family business, if you have some innovative ideas to be incorporated to take your business in the next step, then it will be considered as a what I say, this startup. You need to anyway, always you need to be a master in your idea to run a business. And if you have potential, if you have potential customers for your ideas or the product or the service, you have to draft your thing and your proposals, and you can travel accordingly. Hope I have answered your question.
Yeah, Ali Sagar.
Yes.
Voice is not audible, sir.
Yes.
Yes, yes. No, no,
Ali
voice is not
Sagar,
audible.
voice is very low.
You can type it in the chat box. Ali Sagar.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah,
Now you are okay.
Now,
Now you are audible.
Now it's audible.
yes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
clear
yes.
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Very
Yeah,
much.
sure. Sorry for the inconvenience. So my question was, most people are like wondering in certain things and not focus on one thing. And my point is like, if you are good in a certain skill, you should master that, and then you can explore more. So, what's your take on this? Like, should we master one thing or should we explore everything? And like master of all and master apna, like speed of all and master of none, or master of one or and speed of all. That's how I can simplify it. So what's your take on this?
Sir, if you have good stamina, you can be master of many things, and you can see what is happening in startup. People are not sticking on one startup. They will start up something, and if they find some good investors or to transfer technology, they will sell that startup to other people, and they will focus to next startup. That's what I'm saying, that if you are good enough, you have good stamina, and we are not, nobody is stopping you to become a master in several things. But among the several things, one day you will fix, yeah, a field which is very strong. And what survey you're supposed to do is, whatever field, whatever thing your startup, you have to identify your potential customers and your business plan, how this idea, this product or this service will sustain in next 5 years, next 10 years, how I can attract customers. And if you are strong in that area, normally when students are coming with several ideas, I used to tell them that you stick on one idea. You stick on one idea. So students will so what I say, passionate towards developing so many technologies. But generally, I used to tell the students that uh, come up with one idea and get trained for or get the basic skills required to convert these ideas into a technology, and one idea, one prototype, one technology, one startup. This is what my personal advice, but it is not everyone. And if you get time for getting master skilled in various domain, you can proceed. And the people, the startup enablers are not, there is no guarantee that they will stick on with one startup. If they identified some good investors, and the people are business people are around the world to uh, buy their startups also, and you can sell your startup, and you can concentrate on other startup also if you have more business ideas.
Okay, sir.
Got it, sir? Got it, sir?
Yeah, so I have one more question if you have time to answer.
Definitely.
Yeah, so sir, the question is like, if I want to make a product based company, like product based, like a toothbrush for example.
Hmm.
So how I can be defensible for a certain period of time in a field of in a, ever expanding market. How can I be how can I defend myself to sustain myself for the start for at least 5 years or more.
Okay, so for the best sustainability, innovation will help you. Innovation is nothing but your ideas. Already, toothpaste is not the new concept, but what is your invention over there? For how you are going to attract? Gone all the days, people used coals to for toothpaste. So then we have purely depending on chemicals. Now the latest updates is on whether your coal is in your toothpaste. Its advertisement is come. Coal is in your toothpaste or not. So similarly, you have to identify some invention in the existing product to attract the customers. Now people have realized that okay, coal is best, and if toothpaste is coming with coal, then it will much helpful for my teeth. Okay, similarly, you have to come up with the ideas to attract it because new paste are coming in the market, and it is sellable also.
Okay, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Okay. Uh, Moving ahead with today's session, on behalf of AIKTC, I express my thanks to our expert speaker, Professor C.R. Robin. We wish to thank our management, our president, Dr. Zahir Khazi, our general secretary, Dr. G.A.R. Sheikh, our executive chairman, Mr. Burhan Harris, and our director, Dr. Abdul Razak Hanutagi sir. We are also thankful to the faculty members and students who are attending this session. Now I conclude this session for now. Thank you, sir. Thank you everyone for attending this session.